Good evening, friends. So let us begin with the session. Already we have been 2 minutes late. Apadamodi paryantam gurunam akritim smare tena vignaha pranashyanti siddhyanti cha manorathaha. Ayam me hasto bhagavan, ayam me bhagavattarah, ayam me vishwabhesham, om shivabhimarshanaha. So, good evening, friends. Myself, Dr. Pavan Kulkarni, Assistant Professor in the Department of Rashastra and Veshita Kalpana, BVS Ayurveda Medical College and Hospital, Pagalkot. So I feel highly privileged to be with you all in sharing my knowledge with you all. So as I am from the faculty of Rasa Vaishajya, today we'll be discussing regarding the basics of Rashastra. So wherever you go across any discipline, if you're studying uh, algebra or geometry or any sort of the things like English, then you have to go through the grammar. And if you are learning algebra, the logarithms and the basic formulations like a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. The same thing, there are some set of rules and regulations in studying the divine science, that is Rasha Shastra. So Ayurveda is a holistic science where you have been explained regarding the Ashtangas of Ayurveda. So Kaya Bala Grahordvanga Shalya Damshra Jaravrasham Ashtavangani Tasya Hustikisa Yishu Samshitaha. So you may ask me, where is Rashastra present in this Ashtangas? So I may like to say that Rashastra, even if it is emerged in the 8th century, prior to that, if you go on screening some of the texts like Brahatri and Lagutrais, you can find a number of the references pertaining to Rasa Shastra. So Rashastra was in a scattered form available in the Brahatris. So when you go across the Dinacharya Adhyaya explained by the Acharya Charaka and Vagbhata, you can know that use of the dhatus for Jivani Lekan and all the Basti Yantras. So a number of the references you can find, and then when you screen the Sushruta Samhitas, he says the Haritala and Penashma are the two Dhatu Vishas. Then he says about the Parada for the external applications and all. And Vagbhata Acharya in Ashtanga Sangraha Hridaya, he explains about the Shilajatu and all as Sampuryate Dehe, he says, as the Chandra or the moon, he develops from the no moon to the full moon day. The same thing, the Sharira also develops by use of these medications or the dravyas. Then coming to the prayojana of the Rasa Shastra. So what is Rasa Shastra? Again, Rasa Shastra is made of two words. Shastram Jyoti Prakashartham, he says, the one which gives you knowledge is the Shastra. Rasa has a number of the meanings. So step by step we'll be going on discussing regarding this. So Rashastra, already I've said that the Ashtanga Ayurvedas. So I can take this Rasa Shastra as extended version of the Rasayana therapy. So as you go on screening the classics, you can find a number of the Rasayanas like Shilajatu Rasayana, then Swarnamakshika Rasayana, Bhallataka Rasayana, where these were used as a Rasayana. So we can say this was the continuation of the Rasayana therapy. Then it is the extended version of the Rasayana therapy. So what is the provision of this Rashastra? Why Rashastra is, what are the aims of Rashastra? So you all know regarding the aims of Ayurveda. So the Chaturvida Purusharthas and all, Dharmartha Kama Mokshanam, so Arogya Moolam Uttamam, he says. The same thing in Rashastra also we have some of the aims and objectives. So the aims of Rashastra goes like the Dharmartham Upabhoganam, Nashta Rajya Vivruddhaye, Ayur Yavana Lavartam, Muktyartam Cha Mumukshunam. So what is this? So this is a reference from the Rasopanishad where he says, Ayur Yavana Labhartam or Dharmartham Upabhoganam, to attain the Chaturvida Purusharthas, Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So Dharmartham Upabhoganam, Nashta Rajya Vivruddhaye. So to get the wealth from the bankrupt kingdoms, what he says, and then so then Ayu Yavana Labhartam. He says to get Ayu Yavana. So we can bifurcate this into so Dharmartha Upavoganam is nothing but your Devada, and then Nashta Raja Viruddha is Lohavada, converting the precise metals into the precious metals. So taking with the help of the samskaras of Parada, you are converting the lower metals into higher metals. Then Ayurevana Labhartam. Again, it's a sort of Dehavada where you are going to make your body immortal so that you can worship God. And Muktyartam cha Mumukshunam. Mumukshu is a person who is craving for the salvation. And the person who is craving for salvation, he will get mukti by worshipping this Rasa Shastra. And you can ask me, why only Rashastra is meant for making money or something? To convert the lower metals into higher metals? So not at all. Again, Sarvadarshana Sangrakara, Acharya Sayana and Madhava, he says, Nacha Rasashastram Kevalam Dhatuvadartamiviti Mantavyam Deha Veda Dwara Muktireva Parama Prayojanatva. He says, Nacha Rasashastram Kevalam Dhatuvadartamiviti Mantavyam. He says that Rashastra is not only meant for converting the precise metals into precious metals, but Deha Veda Dwara Muktireva Parama Prayojanatva. So to attain the Mukti is the main aim and motto of Rashastra. So what is charm in getting mukti? You can ask me. So why to learn Rashastra for that? So there is a beautiful quotation explained in Rasaranavagara where Bhairava explains, Pinde pate tu yo mokshaha sacha moksha niratakaha. Pinde tu patite devi gardopi jayate. So even after death, the pashus like Gardhaba and Shwana, that is dog, and Gardhaba is the donkey, even it will attain moksha even after death. But Shastra is such a science where you yourself being alive, you can attain the moksha. Moksha can be any sort of sakshatkara. You are getting very near to the God, or else you are getting a sort of happiness. That is nothing but the moksha. So coming to the rasa. So what is rasa? So rasa has a number of meanings. Rasa is harsha, rasa is shrangara, rasa is swada, rasa is niryasa, rasa is amrita, rasa is visha. There are a number of the synonyms given for the rasa in Amarakosha and in Shabdakalpadruma and Vaidyatintamani. But what rasa you are going to take here? What is rasa? What is the concept of rasa? What is the concept of Rashastra? So rasati bhakshati sarva lohani rasaha. The metal which engulfs the other dhatus into itself is known as rasa. So the only one and only parada is nothing but the metal which engulfs the other dhatus. So as you go on screening the Vedas, you can find so raso vaisaha. What is raso vaisaha? He himself is the rasa. Who? Lord Shiva himself is the rasa, he says. And rasa also has a word or this synonym known as Sreshta. So Sreshta Vaisaha. He himself is Sreshta. So how you are going to communicate or how you are going to bridge up between the Deha and this Rasa? So very good quotation from Rasopanishad again he says, Yatha Rasaha Tata Atma, Yatha Atma Tata Rasaha, Atmavat Rasavishchaiva, Dhamimo Sukshma Darshino. So there is a comparison between both Rasa and Atma, he says. So what are the qualities of the Atma? Same are present in the Rasa. And what are the qualities present in the Rasa are present in the Atma. Why? Dvamimo Sukshma Darshano. Without having a proper knowledge, we can't assess both Rasa as well as Atma. The knowledge of Atma and Rasa are very difficult to get. So without proper understanding or knowledge. So Sukshma Darshana, both are. So again, when you go across this Charaka Samhita and all, Snehana, Snehasveda Adhyaya, there is a simile. Shushkanya pihi kashtani Snehasveda upadani. So he is comparing this body with the Shushka Kashta. So when he is going for Snehana Svedana, the Kashta which was uh, made to break, it will just twist itself. So by giving this Sneha Svedana, you can twist the Kashta, the same thing, Yatha lohe tata dehe kartavyam deha loyoho purvam lohe parikshe tato dehe prayoje. So this deha is very equivalent to the loha. Hence acharyas have tried this experiments on the loha. So and then they have inculcated or they have experimented on the deha. So what made acharyas to do so? The loha which gets rusted in a couple of days by the samskaras, it can be transformed into a non-rusting metal. Aloha or rajata which get oxidized easily by the samskara of parada, it can be converted into never rusting gold. So gold will never rust, right? It will not get oxidized. So if you keep a piece of silver and after a couple of days if you see, there will be a sort of a blackish coating over the rajata or silver, that is about oxidation. But this gold, when it is kept in the external environment, it will not get rusted or it will not get oxidized. So when this rusting metal can be transformed into non-rusting one, precious one, then why can't the body which is prone to get the diseases can be converted into a disease-free and immortal body? So this is what made the acharyas to start using of rasoshadis inside the sharira or at the chikitsa. Rashastra in the prior days was only famous in the name of Dhatuvada and the Dehavada. So converting of the lower elements to higher elements, one thing, and second one to make this body immortal so that they can do the meditation for a number of years and they can have a sort of sakshatkara with Lord. So this was the main intention. Later on, this was used as chikitsa. So later on to this, we have the rasaha. So rasa means parada. So why parada is given more importance? So you may ask me, parada, the cost of parada will be somewhat 40 to the rupees kg, and the gold will be very precious, diamond will be precious. Then why not it is named as Swarna Shastra, Kiraka Shastra, Rachata Shastra? Why parada? Why Rasa Shastra itself? Why the name Rasa Shastra is given? So there are a number of the reasons. Mama Deha Raso Yasmat Rasastena Yam. In Rasaranava, Lord Shiva tells to Goddess Parvati, this Parada is my Shukra. Hence, it is given the more importance. We people are very much fond of hearing the mythological stories or the stories. Even a baby, uh, he or she will not get sleep if grandmother or mother will not tell the stories. So we are very much fond of the stories. But today I'm not going to tell you any stories. In the later part, we'll be discussing regarding this in the concerned part. So rasa or rasa shastra. So mama deha raso yasmat rasastvena imutite. This rasa is divine in origin. It is a shukra of parada. It is called as Shambhu Bija, Shiva Bija. Hence, it is named as Ras Shastra. And rasa or parada is only one metal which is in a liquid form or which stays in a liquid state even at room temperature. And because of its attractive nature, Kapalatva, it has been given more importance. Then fourth part is Rasati Bhakshati Sarvalohaniti. This parada, it engulfs the other dhatus. It causes dharana or it digests the other dhatus. Hence, this is known as rasa, or it is being given more importance. Then fifth point is it passes, or it is blood, brain and placental barrier. So you can find the traces of mercurial poisoning inside the brain, inside even the smaller tissues. So it indicates that this mercury can pass any sort of barriers, either it may be blood, brain, or even can be seen in the placental barrier also. We have many references that the lady who is pregnant and who is bound to take the fumes of mercury developed with the fetus of the improper development or delayed milestones because of this ill effects of the mercury fumes. So you can say that this mercury is blood, brain and placental barrier. Other than that, you have your Triyeshana or Trisheshaniyas. Charaka Sutra, 11th chapter. When you go across that, you can find Trisheshani Adhyaya. So Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Parlokeshana. So this Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Parlokeshana can be achieved by this Parada itself. How? Praneshana. So already I have said Ayur Yavana Labhartham. To get a good strong body, immortal body, you can do the Parada Puja and all, the Rasadhyana, Pujana, Dana. There are Panchavida pujas of Parada which has been said in the classics. Then you have the Dhaneshana, converting the lower metals into higher metals, and you can earn a good economy. So that is nothing but your Dhaneshana and Parlokeshana. Mukti or Moksha, already I have said. Muktyartam cha mumukshunam. This Parada helps to attain moksha. Hence, again, you can categorize into Visheshaniyas, Praneshana, Dhaneshana and Parlokeshana. Then you have heard about the beautiful quotation regarding this paryaya or types of rasa. Rasa rasindra sutascha parado mishakastata iti panchavido jhataha kshetra bhedana sham. So what it is? So what is rasa? What is rasindra? What is sutta? What is parada? And what is mutiraka? So these are the 5 different varieties of parada available on their uh, localities. Based on their localities, they have been classified. The types of parada based on their colors. So rasendra or rasa, rasati bhakshati sarvalohaniti rasaha. The metal which engulfs the other metals is known as rasa. Then you have rasatvat dravarupatvad rasaha. The rasa which is liquid in state, or the metal which is liquid in state. Hence the name rasa has been derived for parada. Rasendra, again you have rasanam, dhatu rasanam indraha. It is shrestha among all the rasa and uparasas and dhatus. Hence this is known as rasendra. Sutaha, so there is a definition for suta. Deha loha mayim siddhim sute suta tataspataha. By use of this parada, you can attain the deha siddhi and loha siddhi. Hence this is known as suta. Then paradaha. Parada has a beautiful definition. Roga pankam agnanam parada nashya paradaha. What it is? The one which roga panka. Panka is nothing but we call it as a mud, and once if you are stuck in a mud or you can't get back, so you'll be going drowning inside. The same thing, once you land in the panka called as roga, you can't come out. But this parada, roga panka magnanam parada nashya paradaha, the one which cures or which uh, cures all sort of the diseases is known as parada. So one more definition for parada is param dadaviti paradaha, the one which sails you from one end to the another end of the river is known as parada. So you can take as Roga Yukta Sharira to Roga Mukta Sharira, the one which takes you to that surface or to that side or to that which you can say. That is the Parada. Then you have Mishraka. Mishraka, name itself suggests there will be a multicolored, right? So, Sarvadhatukatam Tejo Mishritam Yatra Tishtati Samishrakam Prokto Nana Rupa Falapradaha. This is that this sort of Parada, it has the essence of all the dhatus present inside. So, hence it is called as Mishrakaha. So, Nana Rupa Falapradaha. It will bestow you all sort of the attributes when you are going to worship this sort of Parada. Worshipping can be of many types. Already I said, Darshana, by seeing the Parada itself, you can get rid of all the Brahmahatyadi doshas. Then Bhakshana, by consuming the Parada. Then Sparshana. Sparshana is by touching the Parada itself. It has the attributes of worshipping all the lingas of Lord Rudra all over the world. And then Dhyanam, by just thinking of Parada itself, memorizing the Parada itself, you can get the salvation. And then Dhyanam cha Paripujanam, by worshipping this Parada. These are the Panchavidha Puja explained by Acharyas in the text of Shastra. So, why Rasa is very important? Already I have said the 6 points. One is the holistic origin of Parada. It is the Shambhu Bija. Then next, Rasati Bhakshati Sarva Lohaniti, the one which engulfs all the dhatus. And then the only one metal which is in a liquid state. And then it passes the blood brain and placental barrier. And then it converts the lower metals into higher metals. And it helps for acquiring or gaining the Trivida Eshanas, Praneshana, Dhaneshana, and Parlokeshana. One more attribute of Rasa is Murchitva Harati Rujam Bandhanam Anubhuyo Muktido Bhavatihi Amari Karoti Sumrataha Ko Anya Karunakara Sutat. Very nice shloka which is given in Rasa Hridaya Tantra where he explains Murchitva Harati Rujam. Parada itself undergoing Murchana, it cures all sort of diseases. Harati Rujam. Ruja is nothing but pain or Vyadi, both. Then Bandhanam Anubhuyo Muktido Bhavati. It itself undergoes Bandha, but it gives you Mukti. Because Parada Linga is Sreshta for Pujan. When you are taking this Parada Linga and you are doing the Pujan of this Parada, you are getting Mukti. So that is nothing but your Anubhuyo Muktido Bhavati. Amari Karoti Sumrataha. It itself dies or it itself becomes Bhasma, Mrataha, to make you Amrataha, to make you immortal. Hence Acharya asks, Ko Anya Karunakara Sutat. Who else in this universe can be more merciful when compared with the Parada? No one. Because we people are selfish. We think about ourselves itself. We never think about the other. Hence this Parada, itself being Bandha, it gives you Mukti. Itself being Mrita, it gives you Amrita. So this is what the attributes of Parada is. Hence, Rasa is being given more importance in the field of Rasa Shastra and Vaisheshika Kalpana. So what are the importance of Rasa Ushadhis now? You can say, oh, everything you have, these are the attributes of Parada. Then why Rasa Shastras or the Rasa Ushadhis to be considered as Sreshta? So what made you to consider this Rasa Ushadhis as Sreshta? So there are very beautiful shlokas regarding to this importance of Rasa Ushadhis. One is Alpamatropayogitvāt arucher aprasangatah Shipram Arogyadayitvat Aushadebhyo Adhiko Rasaha. So Alpamatropayogitvāt. So the quantity of this Rasaushadhis is very minute. When you go on screening, it will be in the form of Rati Pramana. Rati is nothing but the weight of the Abrus precatorius, Gunja, what we call 125 mg. Some of the Rasoshis are 1/8 of the Rati, 1/18th of the Rati. Such a minute dose, but having a good therapeutic action. Alpamatropayogiत्वात् अरुचिरप्रसंगतः arutihi. Because of the multiple uh, treatments like Shodhana and Marana. So you are giving Putta and this will be converted into Bhasma. Because of this, what happens is the Parada or the Bhasmas will lack their taste. They will be tasteless. And this is the reason. And the main reason why people are not consuming these herbal medicines are because of the non-palatability. But Rashastras are such medicines which doesn't have any sort of taste. Those are tasteless. Aruchir, aprasangataha. Whatever the prasanga may, it may be Vaya prasanga or it may be Roga prasanga. Whether the patient is Guru Vyadita, Lagu Vyadita, the patient is Bala, Vruddha or Madhyama Vaya. Irrespective of the age, irrespective of the limits, you can administer this Rasaushadis. Shipram Arogya Daitva. Because of its minute quantity or the size, the nanoparticles or microparticles, what we call. Because of this particle size, what happens is they can be easily assimilated. They can be easily circulated inside the body and they can easily reach the targeted organ. That is the reason why it is Shipram Arogya Daitva. It will bestow you health or free from the disease in a very short period of time. So that is what Aushadebhyo Adhiko Rasaha. This is the reason why when you are comparing this Parada Aushadis with the other herbal medicines, it has its own platform or it has its own attributes where it can cure the diseases. And then Salpa hi matra vipula gunasha. So he says Salpa, the same thing. Again, it's a sort of the modified version explained by Rasendra Chudamani. Salpa hi matra vipula gunasha sadyo hi tad deepana patananta. Alpa hi matra and sadyo gunaha. It gives you very fast results. And then sadyo hi deepana patanaha. It acts as best deepana patana, Agni, deepana and Amapatana. So one more shloka regarding the importance of Rasaushadhi are न रोगाणां न दोषाणां न च पुंसां परीक्षयेत् न वेषस्य न कालस्य कार्या रसचिकित्सकैः न रोगाणां irrespective of the rogas, whether it is Vataja Pradhana Vyadi, Pittaja Pradhana Vyadi or Kaphaja Pradhana Vyadi. So what happens when you are going for the Kashtoshadis? So you bring a medicine from Himalaya, so which is Saumya Gunatmaka or Hima Gunatmaka. You can't prescribe that medicine in a person who is suffering from Kaphaja Vikaras, because there should be a Vishama Prakriti when you are treating the disease. But a Rasaushadis has no bonds or no commitments like this. Even if a person comes from the Himalaya or he comes from the Rajasthan, the climates are dead opposite. But this Rasaushadis will show the same effect. So, na doshanam, na doshanam, irrespective of the doshas, whether it is Guru Vyadita, Lagu Vyadita, or if the doshas are Taratama Bhavas, so it will show results when you are using the Rasaushadis. Nacha Pumsam Parikshayi. So, you people, when you are going for Ekumudika Prayoga, and if I am treating a male patient and he comes to me and I write him powder Ashoka Churna along with Madhu 3 times a day, you will have a gossip with your friend. He's a male patient and Ashoka doesn't have any sort of effect. So it is used in the females. Why sir is writing this Ashoka? So it is not that only Ashoka is used in that conditions, but you will say, right, the same thing. But this Rasaushad is irrespective of the Pumsa. It may be given in male, maybe in females, irrespective of the any sort of uh, bifurcations, you can use this medicines. Na deshasya na kalasya. If a patient comes from any desha at any kala, so you can't give the Tikshna Aushadis in the afternoon time because of intense heat and all. but Rasosharis don't have any sort of commitments like this. Anytime you can give irrespective of the season and all. But what happens is, if I'm having a churna and there is extreme humidity outside, there is chances of getting the herbal medicine spoiled. But this Rasosharis, if you're keeping for long duration, will have a good potency. Karya Rasa Chikitsa, again he says. So this is the Chikitsa or the Rasa Chikitsa where we can administer. One more shloka regarding this. Sadesho Beshijam Niritam Tattva Vedinam Asadesho Pidatavyo Rasata Sareshto. So as you know, the disease or the Vyadhi is Sukha Sadhya and Kritra Sadhya. So what are Sukha Sadhya Vyadhis? What are Kritra Sadhya Vyadhis? What is Pratyakhyaya? And everything. There are a number of the types of Vyadhis. But how are you going to treat this? At one junction, you can come and say that no, it is not treatable. This can't be treated. But where he says, Sadhyeshu Beshya Miritam Tattva Vedinam Asadeshu Pidatavya Rasata Srishta. When you are using herbal medicines, Ashtaushadhi is in a patient and you are treating them, and up to some extent you may get the result. Later on, you may say that no, my medicine is not showing any sort of actions. Then you have to get uh, the other track of Rasaushadhis. Asadeshu Pidatavya Rasata Srishta Uchate. Even when this Vyadhis, which is asadhya to treat, can be treated easily by this Rasaushadhis. So these are the attributes of Rasaushadhis, and then you have the a number of the things pertaining to Rasashastra. So today we have discussed regarding this Rasa. So what is Rasa Shastra? So what is the Rasa Chikitsa, and how Rasaushadhis have their own sort of the platform or their own importance, and then why this Rasa Shastra is named behind Parada. What made Acharyas to name it as Rasa Shastra, and then Rasa Vaidya. So who is a Rasa Vaidya? The one who practices this Rasa Ushadhis. And when you go on screen the classic, he says Uttamo Rasa Vaidyastu. Why Rasa Vaidya is Uttama? So as normally a doctor will treat a case, and if the disease is not curable or it is not treatable, then he will just refer the case to the higher center where the patient will get relief, and the patient will say, no, this is the best way or abode for getting the treatment. The same thing when the disease which are incurable by Ashtaushadhis, they can be easily treated by this Rasaushadhis. Hence, Uttamo Rasavaidyastu. So every discipline, they will preach that the particular Vaidya will be the Sreshta. But because of these attributes, we can say that Uttamo Rasavaidyastu. And then in this, we are going to discuss regarding the Rasashala, the concept of Rasashala, and where the Rasashala should be built. In the next class, we will be discussing regarding the Raseshwara Darshana. There is a Darshana Sangraha called as Sarva Darshana Sangraha, written by Sayana Madhava. So Sayana is the Acharya who has written a commentary on Rigveda, which is known as Rigbhashya. So this Sayana Acharya has made a treatise known as Sarva Darshana Sangraha, where he explains about Raseshwara Darshana. So what is Rasa, what is Rasayana, what is Rasa Chikitsa, what are the different hierarchy of this Rasa Shastras, the Natha Sampradaya, Kauda Sampradaya, Siddha Sampradaya. Then again you have Dakshinacharya and Vamacharya. This will be discussing in the next class. You have 84 number of the Siddhas. So that Siddha's name will be discussing in the next class. Adimascha, so Lankeshascha, so Visharada, he says. So who is Adima? Adima is ultimate Lord Shiva, Lankesha, Ravana. So you have a number of the acharyas, like 84 siddhas have been explained in this Sangraha. We'll be discussing in the next class, and what are the attributes and what are the thinking, what are the postulations of this different acharyas, what they have preached in the Nata Sampradaya, what is the important thing in Paula Sampradaya. So Panchamakaras and all we will be studying in the next class. And coming to the Rasashala. So this Rasashala concept is very much important. So Rasashala is a place where the Rasaushadhis are formulated or manufactured. So how it should be. So nowadays you have your GMP and all, good manufacturing practices, where you should build a factory, how the factory should be, how the pharmacy should be, what are the rules and regulations to start a pharmacy, how much space is required, how much ventilation is required, what is the space of a room to be kept for what is, how many rooms should be kept for the snehas, how Kopi Pakwa Bhatti should be prepared. Everything you have the n number of rules and regulations where you should abide to that rules and regulations when you have to start a pharmacy. Otherwise, you will not get any sort of the license to produce or to manufacture these medicines. So was this concept available during Acharya's time? Yes, it was available. So he says, Atanka Rahite Deshe Dharma Rajye Manorame Uma Maheshwaropede Samradhya Nagare Shubhe. So where we should build a Rasashala? Atanka Rahite Deshe. The one, the place which is free from the evil spirits, which is free from the wild animals and any sort of atanka. Atanka rahite deshe. Dharma Rajya. What is Dharma Rajya? Dharma Rajya is the place where you have lot of the religiousness, where the king is very religious, where all the people are very religious in nature. Dharma Rajya Manorame. So it should be Manorama. It should be very attractive. It should be very attractive to look. Uma Maheshwaropete, where people will worship Lord Shiva and Parvati. Samruddha Nagare Shubhe. So Samruddha, it should be economically strong. It should be strong in either resources. All the raw material should be available. All the equipment should be available for the Vaidyas to formulate a medicine. So these are some of the rules and regulations or at the requirements for building a Rasashala. Okay, fine. You have found the place. Now, where to build this Rasashala? How to build this? So he says the 8 directions where to build this the Rasashalas. Where he says so Rasashalayam Puro Digbhage Stapayet Rasabhairavam Vannikarmani Chagniyam Yame Pashana Karmacha. So we use the directions. He says that to build a temple of Lord Shiva in the Purva Bhaga or in the east direction, because east direction is considered as the best direction to do any sort of the work, because this is the place where the sun rises. Arogyam Bhaskaradikshit. If you want to ask Arogya, then you should ask to Lord the Bhaskara. So this is considered as the Srishta. Hence, you are going to build this pharmacy to produce the medicine or to formulate the medicine for Uttam Arogya. Hence, in the Purva Digbhaga itself, you have to go for the Rasabhaira Stapana. Then, Purva Digbhaga Stapa is Rasabhaira Vannikarmani Chagniyam. So, Agniya is meant for Agni. Hence, all the Agni Karmas should be done, like your Vati or the Brashti or Chulika should be given a space in the Agniya. Yame Pashana Karmacha. So then Shoshanam Vayu Punecha, then Varunik Shalanadikam. He gives a different sort of the directions for the manufacturing procedure. This will be discussing in the next class. I'll be discussing the Vastu Shastra regarding why this has been said in the particular direction itself. So with this, we'll end today's session. So kindly write your comments so that in the next class. So I'll just tune myself. Thank you. Thank you, Anand.